Alrighty, so pickups are in. As you saw in the previous video, the new knobs are on. But now I need to replace these, which had these shitty things. So now here I am putting a Goto Tom bridge. That thing. And for the hard tailpiece, it will be Tone Pros. Alright, so this is going to take a little bit. I'm going to come back, and this should be finished. Hopefully, without any complications. Hey guys, so I ran into a slight snag whenever I was trying to install the bridge and tailpiece, the aftermarket pieces on the 256. For the bridge, well, both bridge and tailpiece, I went to replace the posts as well as just the pieces themselves because the posts are gold and I want to have all chrome hardware. Now, what I noticed is that the cavity for the posts on the bridge and tailpiece, the stock ones are, or the cavities that are routed for the stock parts are a little bit larger in diameter and a little bit shorter than what comes with the Tone Pros tailpiece and the Goto bridge. And even using the stock post, at least for the Goto bridge, this piece goes on fairly nicely, but there is a gap. It doesn't fit snugly. This is a little bit larger in diameter than the stock post, and I could still put it on and just allow the string tension to kind of pull it in place. However, because this is something that I haven't done before, there's also the concern of somehow having damaged equipment, and I am not willing to risk that. As for the Tone Pros tailpiece, I have the issue where whenever I put the tailpiece onto the stock post, this slot is a little bit slimmer than what the stock posts allow for. So I've gotten in touch with the ESP, consulted them about the issue. I am waiting to hear back. So unfortunately, the bridge and tailpiece is going to have to wait for the moment. I did go ahead and order more of a stock assembly from Seismic Audio. I'm hoping that I can put that on for the meantime because, like I said, I cannot stand this gold hardware. Even though I'm not playing live, no one's going to see it, but I can't tolerate it, or I can't stand it. So, whenever that gets in here, whenever the Seismic Audio parts come in, I'm hoping that that will work, at least for the time being, until maybe either ESP provides me with some information regarding maybe different parts. Maybe they mistakenly recommended the inaccurate parts to me, or they may inform me that there will need to be some additional work done that I would need to maybe take it to a shop, which I'm going to be taking this thing to a shop anyway for the nut replacement. However, I may also be doing this for the bridge and tailpiece as well. So we'll just wait and see what happens, but wanted to give you guys an update since my last video. I was getting ready to install everything, but I ran into that issue, so wanted to inform you so that whenever in the next segment I'm going to replace the hardware as well, not all the well, more of the minor bits of hardware such as the three-way selector switch and the strap buttons that will be replaced in the next segment. The last segment will be me fixing the wiring on the neck pickup, as the schematics I had were for Seymour Duncan, and DiMarzio uses different color codes, so I got it mixed up. So now whenever I have the coil split pot. Whenever I have it pulled up, it's in humbucker mode, but whenever I have it pushed down, it's in single coil. So I get the wiring backwards, but it's not an issue. I'll redo it. Anyway, that might be the next segment. We'll just see what happens and what gets uploaded first. So, take care, guys. Thank you for watching this. So, these stock tuners, just standard ESP LTD tuners, will be replaced with these beauties. So, we're going to go ahead and throw them on. And because I cannot record and do this at the same time, I will come back with it done. So yeah, here we go. Hey guys, so I thought I'd update you, or give a quick update on these tuner modifications. I noticed with the first one, I'm doing each one individually because since I don't have my new tom bridge yet, and I need these strings to be able to make the marks in the new one, or at least for the way I'm doing it. I'm doing each string individually on the tuner. And one thing I came across, especially for this model guitar and the Grover tuners I got, I noticed that the original screw that came with the LTD is a little bit bigger in diameter and a little bit longer than the Grover screws. So what I'm doing is an old 90s trick, or, well, I was taught it like, well, not 90s, but like the late 90s, is the toothpick method of putting a piece of a toothpick into the screw cavity here and essentially kind of making a new hole for the screw, and it works is working extremely well on this guy. So it's one update I did want to give. And also I've noticed that the bass on the Grover is also just a hair smaller than the bass on the stock, which I don't know if you can really see it all that well. Like, it's unless you're actually really looking at it or holding it, you really won't notice until you've actually put the tuner into it and kind of wiggle it around. It's just a hair diameter difference. Anyways, I'm going to finish this up. Just wanted to kind of share that little story with you guys. So I am halfway through this, and taking a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I'll be damned if this doesn't look amazing to me. Or at least for my personal taste, the chrome looks just so much better than this gold hardware. Anywho, back to the R3, and then I'll be completed with this. So, overall, it took a little bit longer than I expected. Nonetheless, it looks pretty amazing. So much better than that gold, in my opinion. And yeah. The only thing I noticed is that, which is understandable, at least in my opinion it is, a couple of these, or a few of them, are at a bit of a slant, primarily because the screw cavities on the back of these guys, they weren't routed out perfectly in alignment for Grovers, and I mean, they were just off by maybe a 1/16 of an inch, not even, so I wasn't going to even drill new holes for them. But I don't think ESP really put a whole lot of accuracy into their lower end models, which is completely understandable. And like you can see, I've got them on, so it's not an issue. And so far, after playing for a little bit, they hold and tune so much easier and so much better than the other ones. Also, just tuning them is so much smoother. But yeah, on to the next upgrade. Alrighty guys, so for the next little adventure that I'm doing, I'm replacing this toggle switch with this guy. Got this one from StewMac. Standard Les Paul-like toggle switch. We're going to be installing that on there so I have a nice chrome one instead of the gaudy gold. So anyways, pause this and hopefully whenever I come back it'll be nicely installed. So give me a minute. Alright, so it took a little bit, but finally got it installed. I'm not too sure that 100% that it's wired absolutely correctly as far as neck and bridge, so we're going to do a little sound test and see what happens. Alright, so I've got the guitar plugged into my PV6505 MH, waiting for the tubes to warm up a bit, and then we're going to see how well I actually did with installing this, seeing if I did the neck and bridge appropriately as far as the wiring goes. So, let's go ahead and take it off standby. I'm going to turn it on. Bridge seems to be good. Let's check the middle. So far so good. Now because of the issue that I've yet to fix, humbucker. So, mission success. Right on. So, yeah, pickup selector switch has now been switched to a nice chrome. And now what I'm going to do is replace the back cover, and instead of the gold screws that came with it, I'm going to install these chrome screws that I got from StewMac as well. However, I will be doing like the toothpick method on this because, again, the difference in size is that the stock screws have a little bit larger diameter than these ones I got from StewMac, but not an issue. A little toothpick into the screw cavity can't fix. So, I'll end this video on that and show you some before and after photos. Well, to the best of my ability, because I didn't really take before photos because I just wanted to get this over and done with. So, here we go. So, I know what you're thinking. Aside from the bridge and tailpiece, what the hell could he be doing next? Well, I gotta show the straps some love, so chrome strap buttons. Let's do it. Hey guys, how's it going? So, in this video, I do have a guest. Yeah. But, I recently got, well, recently being about a week ago, I got a message back from ESP in regards to the issues I was having with the bridge and tailpiece that I attempted to install. I, was informed that these products that were recommended to me were the products that others have used in similar setups. And if I had any issues, that they recommended me taking the instrument to a shop to do some possible more work on. However, whenever I got everything in from Seismic Audio, whenever I looked at the hardware, as you can see here, this is actually very similar to the stock hardware that's already on the instrument. So I believe I might be able to try and make it work so that the aftermarket, well, the Goto bridge and Tone Pro's tailpiece will work on this new Seismic Audio posts. So we're going to see how that goes. Any words from our guest? Okay then. That'll work. Alrighty guys, so after a little bit of work, a bit of elbow grease, a little bit of hammering, I was able to get this installed, and holy shit, it looks amazing in comparison. I'm so happy about this thus far. I still need to lock in the tailpiece, which I'll get ready to do, and then string it up, and I'll go ahead and take the plastic covers off of the pickup covers. So let's do this. So, practical finished result, and I am beyond pleased. What I basically did was I took the parts from the Seismic Audio post, or at least the outer shell of it, pretty much hammered them in, and then I took the inserts from both the Tone Pros and the Goto, screwed them on, and then placed the actual parts themselves on top of their aftermarket posts. And there was a little bit of hammering in I had to do because the measurements were off by like a millimeter, about a couple millimeters. Really not that big of a deal. So I got these in, and now I'm going to go ahead and, since this is a locking tailpiece, go ahead and get this guy locked in, even though I really don't necessarily think it needs it, because it's a pretty damn snug fit. But just to be able to ensure that everything's good on it. I'm not the best at doing this while recording, and I've barely have any footage of me actually working on it. For all you guys know, I could have taken it to somebody else and they could have done it and I could have claimed it as my own work. But I am using my phone to record everything because it's just me doing this. So, almost got that finished. Damn it. Switch hands might make it a little bit easier. That did not sound right. There we go, that's much better. Get this situated better. I'm trying to film this and both film this and actually look at it too, and it's not the easiest of things. This guitar is actually the first one I've done that I've actually tried to record stuff on. I'm going to go ahead and get the other hex screw on this guy on the other side, and then I'll come back. Alrighty, so little hex screw's been screwed in. Now is the time to finally remove these guys, or little plastic coverings. Oh, that is gorgeous. Hell yes. I've got to say, I've never been so thrilled with any modifications I've done to a guitar before. This is just absolutely incredible. I'm going to go ahead and get a full body shot of this, or best I can, and I'll post it on this video.